All right, hi fellows. I just want to make a quick rundown on like this new season, and it's gonna be very short. So let's not waste any time. The first thing is Atakhan. Atakhan, the new monster jungle objective that spawns in the river, depending on which side has had more action. Um, that thing is incredibly strong for mm, for how early it spawns. It spawns super early, and the Atacon itself also spawns like petals. The reason this is important is because the petals provide free stats and free XP, which means that you're able to kind of skip Set's weakness phase, which is the mid game. Um, and on top of that, he also gets free attack damage, uh, which incentivizes you to actually collect these petals. Like whenever you see them, you should probably go collect them. Um, I think another thing as well is the buffs. Because there are two Atacons that spawns. One during games that have a lot of deaths, a lot of kills, and then another one where it's been like less deaths. The ones with less deaths is slightly weaker for set, but at the same time also stronger because it allows you to make one play, just like go ham on one play, and come out like basically unscathed because enemy team gets really reduced gold whenever they kill you with the revive. And then on top of that, you also get the permanent buff is that you get money, extra money for a kill. So you basically get a treasure hunter out of it. Um, I that in my opinion though, like it kind of like falls apart in comparison to the other one, the one with more action, because when you kill that one, it not only does it give you 25% bonus effects like for your dragons, your baron, your elder, it makes you just stronger, 25% stronger. Um, it also drops a bunch of petals, and that honestly matters way more because it not only boosts your XP by a crap ton, it also gives you a lot of attack damage. And if you don't know, Set's incredibly, AD hungry, so that kind of solves one of his issues that he's had, which is he wasn't able to obtain a lot of attack damage, but now he can just do it for free. So that opens up a lot of build paths now. You can build tanky without having to risk, all your damage drop off or whatever. And because of the XP, you're also higher level, which means you naturally have more attack damage. And it also kind of buffs Sterax a little bit. I think Sterax is OP right now. Since you're able to level up so fast, Sterax gives you attack damage based off your level. Um, yeah, I think it's just a really good it's so far it's been pretty good for Set. The boots, the feats of strength also held heavily in his favor. He likes the early game, and that's where the feats they mostly show up. He can smack turrets. He can show up for early game fights. Obviously, he's good at killing people depending on the matchup, but usually any melee matchup he can take on. And yeah, Swift boots are also busted, but also not. So Swift boots, if you want the feature strength, they're absolutely like disgustingly OP. Even if you don't upgrade them to the marching one, to the tier 3 whatever, which you should by the way. Um, Having 5 additional movement speed on top of the boot itself is like insanely strong already. So if you have to, you can sit on that. But if you recall, and let's say you just have like 1,000 gold, you're like, oh, I don't really want to buy anything like super useful, like like health. You can buy like ruby, like a giant spell or something like that. Just buy the boot upgrade instead. Oh, one longsword or the upgrade boots. Just get upgraded boots. But if you could buy something like a pickaxe, or if you could buy multiple components, like let's say a tunneler or a pickaxe on top of that, like tunneler pickaxe for the Sterax or pickaxe phage for Black Cleaver, do those instead over the boot, right? And then another thing that has happened, which also benefits is this weird like tank Jayce meta thing. I don't know what it's all about, but it's really like at least for Set, it's probably the freest LP ever. Like I don't know what they're doing with that. I think Set overall, he's so good so far. Stride Cleaver Sterax seems to be like it just feels so nice. I usually go a tanky after those three damage items, depending on if I have petals or not, right? The petals, my opinion, if I don't have any petals, I'm gonna build a blood mail. If I do have petals, I will go tanky because it matters more to survive and be useful by with like, using your E, using your R, like getting a position for that, and then like so obviously soaking up a bunch of damage. That matters more to me rather than I'm gonna like risk everything on a flash W or just the W, because sometimes you don't have flash. Um, yeah, to me that's not. I don't really like that. And then one more last thing is if you haven't tried Cosmic Biscuit, I'd say try it, but not against really hard matchups. So against something like Volibear and Renekton, stay with Resolve. But against matchups like Camille, Fiora, Darius, Jax, like these characters, you could take Biscuit against. Um, and it'll do fine. It'll do wonders. The Cosmic is good for Summoner spell spamming, and then it also lowers the Strikebreaker cooldown by 1 second, which on paper it might not seem like a lot, but that actually does like having reduced cooldown on Strikebreaker itself is just like already like nice. It's just more uptime regardless of how like minuscule it is. It's just so nice, right? So that's something I'll always take against these champions now. But if you want to ever scale into the late game well, and then also have a decent early game, right? Oh, you can take Resolve Tree. There's nothing bad with that. Nothing else has really changed aside from that. Like the Arcanist rune or whatever is kind of bad for set. I wouldn't take it. Obviously, the Domination Tree, you almost never go it. However, they are buffing Hell Blades next patch, so we'll have to see how that feels. I think I covered basically everything. And yeah, I mean, I'm tiny. Don't know who I am. I'm just a random little guy. All right, just a little guy playing set in Masters Elo, Masters Plus. Uh, but anyways, that's it for this one. Bye bye. I'll see you guys in the next one.